Hey folks, your OS reviews. You're watching our video first look and a hands-on review of our third and probably last spinner on this channel. It's a Amoner $25 brass spinner that is a bit heftier, but it's also smaller in terms of its diameter than some of the past ones that we've seen. At 25 bucks, I would say this is a slightly more expensive spinner. Obviously, they can get a lot more expensive, ranging from $50 to $500 for a much more premium model, but you can also get them very low cost. Like we saw one that's only $3, and then a typical plastic one sells for about 10 bucks or 13 bucks. So this is twice the price of that. So you can see here it comes packaged pretty well. Again, it's a little bit shorter and smaller, but it feels quite hefty and substantial because of its build. Very kind of premium in terms of its material choice. Definitely interesting looking as far as its design is concerned. It has that brass kind of distinctive golden color, and it's a little bit sharper in the corners, so they're advertising this for adults. Again, the same purposes: relieving ADHD, relieving stress, just as a fidget toy in the office, maybe if you're bored, or to concentrate, all those purposes. But because they are sharper, it's not as recommended for kids, since it could potentially maybe get them a finger cut or something if it's spun really quickly and they try to stop it at one of the edges or corners. Still not dangerous as far as the corners and edges, but again, definitely sharper compared to what you see here. So as far as the spin time is concerned, this one is advertised at roughly 3 to 5 minutes, which is about accurate, and that is aligned with the plastic spinner that we saw, which is about the same spin time. The $3 one does spin for the least, so it is kind of the least well put together in a sense. The ball bearings on here are made out of ceramic, so they are the type that tries to get a little bit longer, and you can remove this to also maybe stick kind of like a pencil or something in there if you want to use it as kind of a makeshift top, or to swap out the finger plates, which are also made out of brass. So very well put together. Everything feels quite substantial and quite premium, a lot heavier than these two. So let's do a quick spin test here of just this spinner. Definitely not a super quiet spinner, and each to their own, but I think that a little bit of background sound is good as long as it's not super loud. It does help you provide some white noise if that makes you concentrate better or maybe fall asleep, something like that. But on a surface where it spins the longest, you definitely notice some noise. In your hand, a lot better. It is a pretty small kind of arm that's spinning around, so it's not going to as easily catch onto the sides of your fingers by accident. It's pretty nice, and the sensation in the hand is about the same as these other spinners, I'd say. Again, these spinners do produce some fairly interesting patterns and optical illusions depending on how you look at it, how your eyes are perceiving it, and it might be going in one direction and then revert to another direction. That's just because of the frame rate and how the angle. It depends on the angle that you're looking at. Kind of transparent, you can still see what's going on in the background, which is pretty cool. Alright, so it's seemingly slowing down after a while, but still does respectable. And if we try to compare it against some of these other spinners, you can see this one much more quiet, even though it's using metal as well, aluminum in this case, next to this brass one. A brighter color, so definitely reminiscent of pennies or coins. And then finally this plastic one, which is the cheap, the middle one between these two as far as price is concerned, but the biggest one in terms of the diameter of the arm. And as far as the sound, if we kind of hold it away from the surface, this is what it sounds like. You can kind of hear that sound of metal going round, and then it produces a bit of a gentle breeze as well. Kind of playing with the angle, you can kind of feel some resistance as it tries to go against your force, and it works pretty well. So again, a good way if you do want to concentrate, want to try and meditate even, maybe with these, just in your hand as you relax and kind of focus your energy. And also something that just kind of relieves some extra energy or attention if you are thinking and you're stuck on a problem or something, you want to kind of play with this to take your mind slightly off of it. Alright, so if we try to spin it on top of one another, so I'll start with the largest one, and then I'll try stacking this aluminum one, and then let's see if I can stack the brass one. Right, so it works pretty well. I would say that it definitely has a better build quality than the other two. And as far as spin time, 5 minutes, the maximum is already quite impressive for most folks, and it does pretty well. It is a little bit more expensive, but it comes in that own carrying 10 case, which is, I guess, is an added bonus in some cases. And as far as the overall size, pretty compact and easy to take with you if you are traveling, and definitely fun to play around with. So again, the same question as always, would you guys get a fidget spinner? What do you guys think about this new trend that's quite popular right now in stores, online, as well as on YouTube? Would you get one? Would you not? Let us know. So thanks for watching this video first look and hands-on review here at OS Reviews. This has been the Amoner brass fidget spinner.